The Lao government and the developer Mega First Corporation organised a second field trip to the Khon Falls region in Khong District, Champasak Province as an ongoing effort to make the development process transparent to stakeholders recently. The two-day site visit provided an opportunity for participants to learn from experts how fish can pass through various channels in the dry season. An earlier site visit was conducted in November. During the two-day site visit, development partners gave their views as the government was seeking informed and constructive criticism. And an interview about the potential environmental impacts and social impacts of the project with Hans Gutmann, MRC Chief Executive Officer Robert von Rimschka, German Ambassador to Laos Tan Tai Hing, Malaysian Ambassador to Laos Robert von Rimschka, German Ambassador to Laos, and Michel Goffin, EU Delegation Chargé d'Affaires. And this is what they have to say.
The second site visit, how is it important?
Well, I think it's good to have a site visit and to be able to express the opinions and explain the project. So overall it's a good opportunity to be able to share information. It's important that the number of people who didn't participate in the last visit can participate in this one, and there is some additional information also.
I did not come here to support the dam, and I did not come here to oppose the dam. I came here to learn, to get information, to see for myself, to get an impression. And if I look at the scenery, I understand a lot more now about the ecology of the area, about the plans of the Lao government. That's the purpose why I'm here. Not to oppose, not to support, but to understand, to learn, to get information, to get first-hand experience. I am very, very grateful to the Lao government, namely the two vice ministers who joined us on this trip, Vice Minister Somchit and especially Vice Minister Virapon, for organizing this. It's very, very positive and important that senior representatives of the Lao government take the great pains to organize a huge group to see for themselves, to get their own impression. That's the best way to address controversial issues. This is a controversial issue. We listen to the Cambodian and the Vietnamese colleagues who have many, many questions. But the way to address these questions is exactly by organizing a panel like this. To this, I'm very grateful for this. I really want to express my appreciation, my gratitude to the Lao government. I think this is an exemplary way of handling difficult and controversial issues.
It's fully supported by the government of Malaysia within the context of ASEAN, solidarity, ASEAN family, and we have the concept of prosper thy neighbor, you prosper your neighbor. Okay, everybody grow together. All right. So although Malaysia, we are also attract foreign direct investment, but at the same time, the government is also encouraging Malaysian companies, Malaysian investors like Mega First Corporation Berhad, which is a public listed company, a very reputable company, reliable company, and the government fully supports this project in that it will certainly help Lao PDR to generate income for its development program and strategies.
If infrastructure projects are controversial, and Don Sahong is controversial, I believe the two most important things are to make it transparent, to take people here, and I praise those in the Lao government who did that. And the second appeal is use existing structures. Germany is a big donor and development partner to the Mekong River Commission, and it's our interest that the institutions and processes and the architecture of the Mekong River Commission be used if there's disagreement on projects between the four countries which make up the Mekong River Commission.
Yes, we appreciate the effort. It's a great effort to bring more than 100 people to visit the site. And this transparency is really welcome. That's the best way to explain a problem and to hear different opinions. And
there's nothing better than just to come on site and see what is really the project. So I congratulate the government, I congratulate Excellency. It's really a nice initiative.
It is estimated that every year 35 million people die from chronic life-threatening illnesses such as cancer, stroke, pulmonary and neurological diseases, multiple sclerosis and AIDS. Of these, less than 8% have access to palliative care, termed as a holistic form of care for a patient's physical and mental well-being. Palliative care does not promise a cure. Rather, it sets out to comfort and maintain the highest possible quality of life for patients and families for as long as possible. In fulfilling the aim of making this specific branch of medicine more understood and accessible, Hospice Malaysia, a community-based palliative care provider, designed a symbol to represent the new face of palliative care. The new logo stands to become a common visual identity for palliative care, cutting across language, age, religion and cultural barriers worldwide. Potentially to be adopted by the International Palliative Care Fraternity, Hospice Malaysia hopes that this symbol will help make palliative care a relatable subject in everyday conversation. The symbol represents the importance of the partnership between the patient, his or her family, and the healthcare team. Two hearts joined together show all parties working in unison. The infinity loop highlights that although dying is a normal process, the relationship lives on. Its simplicity and boldness make it an easily recognizable icon. Palliative care carries many important messages, including taking control and not giving up when faced with the challenge of a serious, advanced illness. In addition to the symbol launch, a photography exhibition was held in Kuala Lumpur, featuring stunning portraits of hospice patients depicting how they make the most of life. Each photo has a unique digital code that viewers can scan with their smartphone and be directed to a short story behind each picture. This digital approach marks new ground charted by a hospice organization in communicating palliative care to the public. Also showcased were solo portraits of various beloved local personalities, all styling the symbol in their own unique way, lending their support to the campaign to help raise the profile of palliative care in Malaysia. Besides the exhibition, visitors were invited to participate in the interactive Tweet Before I Die wall to entice and inspire people to live life to the fullest and getting them to document their bucket list of wishes during their lifetime. The event was graced by the attendance of guests of honour, including Dr. S. Subramaniam, Minister of Health Malaysia, and Hospice Malaysia Chairman Richard Robles. In his address, Dr. S. Subramaniam urged more medical practitioners to get into palliative care, as there are now more patients with incurable chronic diseases nationwide. At present, there are only 6 experts in palliative care and 9 more who are undergoing training, and the number is insufficient. An estimated 32,000 patients in Malaysia need palliative care each year.
So I think it's amazing what hospice is doing, and I think more people should know about these services. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who needs help. So yeah, this is just a small thing that we can do to help to sort of send the message out. Yeah.
Brunei Darussalam celebrated the National Family Day on 4th of May 2014 with the objective of strengthening and enhancing the family well-being towards producing a society of quality and encouraging the community's country to build a happy, strong and stable family. The celebration was held simultaneously in 9 zones in the 4 districts, focuses on the establishment of unity and strengthening of peace of the community and country. A family run was among the main events, jointly organised by 4 mukims, namely Mukims Pengkalan Batu, Lumapas, Kilanas and Sengkurong. The activity portrays harmonious family ties between family members themselves, which basically comprises of mother, father and children. The celebration also highlights religious events towards strengthening family ties. The familial institution is akin to a pillar that supports a house so that it stands strong. Therefore, the National Family Day celebration with the theme Keluargaku Permataku, or My Family My Jewel for the zone, acts as a catalyst for every family towards realizing the country's desire to avoid family dysfunction. An effective example is the making and consumption of the traditional delicacy, ambuyat. The celebration coincided with the presentation of appreciation to 28 medium-income parents who have successfully educated their children until they achieve excellence in academics. Meanwhile, the National Family Day celebration for Tutong District Zone 1 was held at the Pasar Nika and Tamu Tutong complex, was enlivened with the participation of the residents in the surrounding areas. One of the highlights of the celebration is the launch of the Song Dai Parabang, or Let's Run, participated by parents and children. It was aimed at further establishing loving ties among family members, apart from increasing healthy practices. To welcome the Lunar New Year of the Horse, a Tet fair with traditional features was held in Hanoi on last Sunday for local children and those of Vietnamese origin. Organized by the British Vietnamese International School, the event drew the participation of 1,500 festival goers. Dragon dance, lucky peach tree, stilt walking, sack jumping and tug of war were among the most popular folk games of Vietnamese children in the old days. But for kids nowadays, especially those who have been exposed to foreign cultures from an early age, these games are something completely new. Min Emil, 13, is half Vietnamese and half Danish. This is his first time playing pot cracking. While boys like active games like pot cracking and sack jumping, girls prefer the quieter games like making cards for the Tet holiday. Tet holiday is not only about traditional folk games and fun. Food is an indispensable part of the holiday as well. Let's check the rural market here and try some traditional food and drink. And we can see if the kids, who favor French fries and fried chicken, enjoy eating Vietnamese traditional food or not. During the Tet holiday, food brings people together. Since Tet is approaching, it's time to return to traditional food and snacks. Chung cake is the taste of the holiday, and these kids are having first-hand experience of wrapping and cooking this speciality. Lee Min An, who is 10 years old, tells how to make this delicacy. First, lay out 3 sheets of overlapping banana leaves, then add the rice, then putting the mung beans in the middle, choose a favorite slice of meat and put it on top, then another round of beans and rice, and wrap them all together. In Vietnam, Tet is a family-oriented festival. It is a time when every family member reconnects and bonds with the others. This precious culture feature is still being passed down to younger generations of kids in Vietnamese origin.